All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tarot Talk Tuesday. I was sick over the weekend, so I have been playing major catch up, so it's like Thursday today. But I do still have the goal of doing this, and I have a list of people who asked for one card readings after. And a lot of people do benefit from hearing it read versus reading it. If you are interested in the link, I will post that in the description of this video. So, this week's collective reading is about self love. So, I will just go ahead and start because we do still have a lot of time in the week left to cover this. So, and for those who don't know, a collective reading is something that can apply to multiple people who all come together with the same kind of energetic agreements to experience something similar. So some of this may resonate with you, some of it may not. Take what resonates, understand that not every message is meant for every single person, but the overall theme is one that we can all benefit from. And I am going to read off of my screen. This is the reading of the week. So there is a grounding effect of the guiding card, Eight of Earth, that is much needed this week. Transformation and creation are only as useful as our ability to root them into our lived experience, so connect back to your roots. It can be overwhelming to witness and experience big changes with something solid to hold on to, let alone without that support. If you find yourself struggling, start with grounding back into your body. A tree withers and dies without its roots. Roots dry up if not planted in good soil and watered generously. In all your expansion, remember to come back to the simplicity that started everything. This whole operation is only as useful as the simple vision that started it. This vision was so vivid and inspiring that when you received it, sorry, my nose itches. When you received it, you gladly pledged your life to it. What kind of vision could have merited that? What kind of vision would need so much? The vision was to express love in your own unique way. In a world that has a lot of the opposite, you came here to create as much love as you could possibly channel, in the ways you were best suited to do so. The adage, "it takes all kinds to make a world," applies here. But instead of allowing the focus to be muddled by assuming that darkness deserves to thrive too, consider the many, many ways light can and should be expressed, and start looking for those in your path. We are shifting the balance of Earth from an overabundance of dark expression back to true balance, which means deconstructing how much darkness we should expect to encounter. In this project, we have so much support. If you feel unsupported or hopeless, this is your invitation to look for what is working for you. You truly have everything you need. The Three of Pentacles at the hub of the wheel reminds you that your innate synergy was measured and deemed capable of this work. A butterfly is not merely the sum of its parts. The parts working together create a much larger effect. Remember who you are underneath all these parts that you can name. Combined with the synergy of our whole network, we are more capable of fulfilling our collective dream of bringing balance back to Earth. This is the vision. You stand on the shoulders of many light workers who came before you. In our common goal, they paved the way as far as they could. Understand that your positive ancestors are still supporting you. They never left you alone. They cannot do the work that you are here to do because their work is to hold their own energy for you to climb higher. A mountain is built of many grains of soil, and all of them must take up their own space so the whole may rise. This is a game where everyone wins, and no one's position is better or worse than another's. Remember that the dark demands a zero-sum game, but the light understands that a win for one is a win for all. There is no competition, and harm to one is harm to all. True love means keeping harm in check so that all are safe. Unconditional love includes unconditional boundaries. With right action at the right time, you are guaranteed the effect of your or to affect your with right action at the right time, you are guaranteed to affect your purest intentions. The Sun card at the top invites you to choose a focus. It also reminds you that actual sunlight is quintessential to your physical and spiritual bodies. It is not enough to build roots underground or grow up from well watered, well drained soil. You must put forth leaves and absorb sunlight. You are basically a complicated plant with movable roots. Act as such. Sunlight also means the love energy your soul craves, both from nature and humans. If you compare your growth to a tree, it is reasonable to remember that photosynthesis can only take place with leaves turned toward the sun. Turn your attention away from the shadows of hatred and harm and toward the love that is freely offered. This love is found everywhere and especially in nature. If you still aren't finding enough of it in your surroundings, remember that this love is first and foremost within you. You have your own personal sun. That is why your third chakra is called the solar plexus. The one most deserving of your own love is you. Come back to loving yourself, and you will see your path clear again. Much love to you. I love you, John. So that is the reading. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments of this video. And I will, again, post the link to the blog post so that you can read it yourself if you'd like. I have a few wonderful people who asked for one-card readings from last week, and I will start there. All right. All right, so the first one is Mary Salyers. You received Two of Earth, which is cause and effect. And before that, there was the Fear card that kind of popped out and made its awareness, or made itself known in our awareness. This speaks about balance and about allowing yourself to see the effects of your actions. Let's see. And it's got a full spectrum of light as well. So understand that when you look at your life as a whole, there are many different moving parts that are all coming together for the grand effect. Hold on to the things that are at the center. Hold on to your vision of what your life needs to be and how you need to be able to thrive. And trust that as you continue to work through things, the old effects of old actions will go away and the new effects of the new actions will start to become stronger. Just keep holding that vision. Next, we have Erica. Erica got the High Priestess. This card is about looking into your intuition. I'm also seeing some religious trauma. It's important to understand that we also need that self-love and that a lot of the experiences that we have been geared toward erasing our self-love. If you feel like the weight of the world is heavy or that you can't make sense of it all, you're not supposed to be making sense of everybody else's madness. You are supposed to be making sense of your own and of your own journey. The High Priestess appears feminine to me in this moment in time, and this is a very interesting understanding of your own embracing of your feminine power, which can be a balance of things. It can be harsh, it can be gentle, it can be full of action, and it can be full of waiting as well, because we carry a balance of energy in us. So don't be afraid to really see things as they are and to call them out as you see them. The phrase I'm getting is, I know what I know, and I know that I'm right. Okay, hope that helps. Chantal. Whew. This card has come through a couple of times while I've been thinking about doing this reading. So this one's going to be very interesting to actually dig into. Chantal, you got the Zenith, or Nine of Earth, which is also Nine of Pentacles. This is about manifesting. This is about getting to the end of a cycle and about being able to see what that last step is to bringing your vision into fruition. You have reached a critical point, I'm hearing, where you're seeing the results of all of these things. That kind of ties into the cause and effect card for, I believe it was Mary. You're seeing how all the parts are fitting together, and it's just about bringing them all together into a cohesive whole. Um, this would be very interesting to see how doing so creates a synergy in your life. Expect that when you combine the things that need to be combined and have them working together, for instance, having your schedule work together your um, with your cycles. That's a very interesting thing. I'm getting the I'm getting the guidance to put your hormonal cycles into balance with your schedule, because when you do so, it's going to create this wave effect of highs and lows of energy, of saying, I have a surge of energy now. This makes sense and it's predictable because of what I am putting into my body or how my body is functioning at this time. And then there's going to be periods of waning. Um, Allow for that to happen and trust that you will get that high energy back. Please take care of yourself so that you can maximize the times of higher energy and you will begin to see things manifest for you. This also has kind of a dawn symbol right here of light breaking forth for like, and kind of a new day. So bear that in mind. Um, keep being optimistic. The next card is for Terry Louise. You get one of wind or one of swords, and again, that's that dawn energy. It's stepping out into the dark, stepping out into something new that you haven't experienced before, and understanding that what you experienced previously is no longer working for you. Fear is something that often comes up in this, but also there's the symbol of the butterfly in this as well, of coming out of the chrysalis. You're not the same person that you were before. Your path has led you through darkness to a greater understanding of light and a greater, how to put it, more tools. More tools to use to affect the change that you wish or to affect the peace that you wish. So it's okay to start out and not know where you're going, and to make decisions as you go as well. Understanding that when you come to a choice point, it's going to be when you are ready to make that choice. But you're not necessarily ready for all the choices right now, and that's normal. All right, for Miriam. Okay. We're going to let that energy settle. Hmm. We need to settle into a message for Miriam. Haha. You got Four of Earth. This speaks of lack and of trying to figure out how to get into something. In this deck, it's less about lack and more about turning the key to affect positive change in your life. A lot of times with this card, we are instructed on how to move forward and to move forward with organization. But right now, I'm also getting the sense that there's this frustration about not getting it yet and not feeling like you're making any sort of difference and still feeling very much on the outside. Understand that when you get to the inside of whatever it is that you are looking for, that feeling of abundance, that feeling of peace, um, it will not feel like lack. But it's hard to remember what it feels like to have something when you don't have it. So notice and appreciate the contrast, but also understand that you actually do have every tool that you need. It just might not look the way that you were expecting it to look. And that's okay. Use what you have and show gratitude for everything that you do have with curiosity toward how you can be using it. So that's for Miriam. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Tina McInnes, you've got hmm, you've got Six of Earth or Beauty. Six of Earth is really about that nurturing of family, that nurturing of self, nurturing of the inner child as well. It came out upside down. Usually that means that we're not looking at a situation in the right way, that we're seeing it through a pessimistic viewpoint. This particular deck does not have any reversals, but how you approach the energy of these cards changes the way that you would react to it. I'm getting that there is a lot of emotional regulation that needs to happen, a lot of being comfortable being uncomfortable in order to notice the beauty in things that you'd rather not experience. Six is also a number of family and of community. So I would also look into what is going on in your personal life where you don't feel particularly satisfied and to make some adjustments to how you view things and how you respond, because how you respond is going to change what the result is, which is the funniest thing in the world, because we want the result to start and then sometimes we say, I will be happy if this happens. But you have to be happy before. So that is that card for Tina. And finally, for Elise Gaither, we have Fire Sister. Now, Fire Sister is about transformation and is um, about action as well. So, Fire Sister is reminiscent of and based off of Page of Wands. So it's very much looking forward to the future and looking forward to something that you are working on, understanding that you will need to alchemize what you have available to you. The fire salamander is making itself known. One thing that you can do in order to really access them is to go deep into meditation. Imagine yourself in lava or in a star, and where it's just everything is fire, everything is on fire, and everything is this hot, liquid, primordial self. Um, when we see things that need to be remade, we have to consume them in that fire energy so that we can melt them down and remake them in the way that they need to be for now. When, like, I'm getting the imagery of a broken sword and putting it back into the kiln and melting it down and then recasting it. Sometimes people recast swords from parts of metal, and that is like Roman steel, I think. And other times people take all of it and melt it back down past the pieces. They're not trying to melt down the pieces and put them together. They're putting it into one piece. Use your discernment as how far you need to deconstruct something in order to make something functional out of it. But the fire salamander is there for you to assist you in this transformation. And understand that change is necessary and beautiful. I'm also seeing the phoenix in this card as well. So this is a rising from the ashes moment and understanding yourself through a new lens. So I get that honestly, anything that you're trying to change in your outer world is something that you will need to change in your personal identity and what you think of yourself and how you have identified yourself in the world. So, going through a personal rebirth and not forgetting what broke and why it broke and how it broke, but embracing it. So, that's very much integration of shadow. Right. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Um, this weekend I will be recording another Tarot Talk Tuesday for Tuesday. If you would like a card, please comment below and I can put you in the next week. I look forward to hearing from you, and take care.